Ricky Gervais continues to stand up to anyone and everyone who's trying to push the narrative that comedy needs to be censored or toned down, or that some things should just be off limits. And especially he's pushing back on the people that are saying violence is an acceptable response to not liking someone's joke. In the aftermath of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars, so many people weighed in, but one of the people that everyone paid attention to was Ricky Gervais. Because Ricky Gervais is a very well-known comedian, and Chris Rock got slapped because Will Smith and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, didn't like a joke that he told. But of course, because Ricky Gervais is very famous, or infamous in Hollywood, for actually hosting award shows and telling jokes with a lot of bite to them. Not mild ones like Chris Rock, actual ones. And Ricky Gervais did call out Will Smith, slammed Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and he's not done yet. He had one more barb to throw at Will Smith. Ricky Gervais gives a final Will Smith slap joke after Oscars ban announcement. And sure enough, over on his Twitter, after the Hollywood Reporter came out and said Film Academy bans Will Smith from Oscars ceremony for 10 years. Of course, in that 10 years, he's still eligible to be nominated and even win an Oscar. He just can't go to the ceremony. He can't be present there. That's it. A slap on the wrist for Will Smith. Ricky Gervais, hopefully, he'll only do 6 years with good behavior. That's a pretty tame, pretty good-natured joke. But there were some people that didn't like it very much, because of course there were. Like this guy right here. Hopefully only do 6 years for good behavior. Charlie got roasted a little bit. Do you think adult as a damn joke? I'll remember that next time I meet you. Remember, no matter what happens, it'll just a joke. So that is very hard to understand. Ricky Gervais, I don't understand your tweet, Charlie. What do you mean, so you think adult as a damn joke? I have never come across that type of sentence structure before. Can you explain so I can answer your question? And of course, I think what he's saying, so you think assault is a damn joke. I think that's what Charlie's saying. And the fact is, you know what? There's a lot of things that you can laugh at in this world, including the Will Smith situation, like so many people have been doing for over 2 weeks now. And when Ricky Gervais gave his actual opinion on what he thought about the situation, his serious opinion about jokes and what should or should not be allowed, he got backlash for that too. Remember this? You don't hit someone over a joke, however bad it is, and it wasn't bad. That was probably the most innocent joke I've ever told. It was a joke about her disability, according to someone. Well, I'm going a little thin, so I'm disabled, talking about his hair. I'm fat, that's a disease. I'm fat and balding. I should be eligible for fucking assistance, right? So he got backlash from that legitimately. Alopecia community comes for Ricky Gervais. It's not a disability. And he's pissed off so many people with just his normal reaction to this. You even have someone like this, Dave Nickerson, who also got blown out of the water at Ricky Gervais. You should apologize for the damage caused by your ignorant comments. You're kind of a willfully insensitive idiot who questions and challenges things he knows little about in the way only an old white male can be, aren't you? You'll have to be more specific. Very plain and very to the point from Ricky Gervais. And it just shows that this guy has always been like this. There was a video that came out a few weeks ago. I don't think it was recorded a few weeks ago. I think it was likely recorded before. But what Ricky Gervais said still holds completely and totally true. He has been the same guy when it comes to talking about jokes, to talking about comedy. And I want you guys to hear this. This is actually from the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes YouTube, which, how is this only 30,000? Is this like an actual account or like some sort of fan thing? Black History, it looks real enough to me. How do you only have 30,000 followers or subscribers? That's pretty bad. But this video from Ricky Gervais is talking specifically about jokes and what is okay and what is not okay.
10 years ago, when someone was offended by something, you'd looked into it. You went, oh, what have I done? Now you go, everyone's offended. Who cares?
And I mustn't mention Mel Gibson this year. Not his private life, his politics, his recent films, and especially not Jodie Foster's Beaver.
The joke should stand on its own 2 feet, whatever your politics, whatever your beliefs. You know, it's about the gag.
I've changed.
And just think about the thing he said in the beginning about Mel Gibson. He roasted Mel Gibson about a lot of things, and Mel Gibson obviously has a past, he has a history, he gets you know, attempted to be canceled every single time by Twitter whenever he gets announced for a new film role because of some of the stuff he's done. Ricky Gervais joked about that. He went hard, and Mel Gibson laughed. Mel Gibson stood right next to him. He didn't try to hit him in the face, nothing like that, because guess what? That's his job. He's a comedian, and jokes are just jokes.
Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. Some people think that a comedian's joke is looking into his real soul. Well, it's not. Sometimes they're wordplay. Sometimes you say things you don't mean for comic effect, like with irony or satire. You know, you can't second guess. You know, they're just jokes.
Joy and Trainwreck. No, not the names of Charlie Sheen's 2 favourite hookers.
They're just jokes. It doesn't mean I believe in the thing I'm targeting. You know, it doesn't. There's no real correlation.
When Brad and Angelina see our next...
That's a comedian's job, right? A comedian's job is to look at things and poke fun at them. This is what we do all the time with our friends, or at least what normal people do, right? When you're hanging around, shooting the shit, you're giving each other a hard time for whatever it may be. If somebody spills a beer, if somebody sits down in a stupid way, if someone fumbles over their words, that's what people do. It is natural, and people want to laugh at that. People want to have, you know, fun poked at them in that way because it means you're part of the group. When people are so offended over everything like jokes to the point where you are slapping people in the face in front of millions and millions around the world, that's when you know that this insanity's gone way too far.
2 adorable little presenters. They're going to want to adopt them. Please welcome Kevin Hart and Ken Jeong.
Oh no, he made a short joke. He made a short joke. Is Kevin Hart gonna punch Ricky Gervais in the face over something that's physically going on with him? He can't control that. No, he's not going to, because it's a joke.
Some people are gonna love it. Some people are gonna hate it. Some people are gonna love everything except one thing. Some people are gonna hate everything except one. You know what I mean? Everyone's different, so you mustn't worry about the reaction. You just got to go and do your job, and stand by it.
Once upon
There you go. Like, that is exactly the way that Ricky Gervais has kind of lived his entire comedic life, right? It's what he believes now. It's what he believed then. It's what he will continue to talk about. And I think it's good. I think it's refreshing to continue to have someone who's willing to speak up about that stuff, right? And willing to speak up and call out the Hollywood elites for what they are. They are completely and totally out of touch with normal, everyday people. And it's good to see him continue to stand up for comedy, because after he slapped Chris Rock, the amount of people talking about that what Will Smith did was admirable in some way was way too many for comfort. Let me know what you think about Ricky Gervais, and one final joke at Will Smith. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.